This KFAN podcast is sponsored by Builders and Remodelers, exclusive Twin Cities provider of Elements Windows. Get the highest quality windows at unmatchable value. Visit buildersandremodelers.com for more details.
Time is precious, and so are our pets. So time with our pets is extra precious. That's why we started Dutch. Dutch provides 24/7 access to licensed vets with unlimited virtual visits and follow-ups for up to 5 pets. You can message a vet at any time and schedule a video visit the same day. Our vets can even prescribe medication for many ailments, and shipping is always free. With Dutch, you'll get more time with your pets and year-round peace of mind when it comes to their vet care.
Hi, I'm Bob Pittman, Chairman and CEO of iHeartMedia. On this week's episode of Math and Magic, I'm sitting down with the one and only Bobby Bones. We're exploring the power of audio.
Yeah, I don't fit into one specific hole. I think that is what endeared me to listeners. That's why I'm here now, because I talk to people that grew up like me, have sensibilities like me, and have loyalties like me.
Listen to Math and Magic, stories from the frontiers of marketing on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcast, or wherever you get your podcast.
Nice of you to finally show up. Where have you been? It seems like I haven't been here in weeks.
What are you talking about?
How many weeks have you been out now?
One. I
is that
missed
all?
one
You were out
Friday.
2 weeks ago.
Hey, you were out.
Well, there's that.
Listen to that voice.
Yeah, it's kind of sultry. Isn't it?
Have you ever thought about doing acoustic sunrise on Cities 97.1, uniquely Twin Cities?
Cities 97, preposterously Twin Cities. This is the latest. This is the latest from Martina McBride.
Nope.
No, that's the wrong format.
Wrong one. She hasn't had a hit in like 20 years.
You don't have to like it, but you have to respect it.
You do have to respect it.
By Sarah Bareilles. You know what's her name? B.A.
Bareilles?
Bareilles?
By Sarah Bareilles. This is the latest from Sarah Bareilles.
I haven't played her for a while. Try Benson Boone. Try that one.
That's the latest from Benson Boone.
See?
City Sunrise.
Yes.
Good morning. Good to have you along with us.
Yes. See?
I'd just get fired after about 2 or 3
Well, and
months.
then I'd have to show you how to voice track, and I really don't want to do that.
I'd done that before. I used to voice track Cool 108, and then one day they said your services are no longer needed.
Is that right?
Yeah. Not going to work.
Well, maybe now you should try it again with a voice like that. You should try to get some voice work.
Do you think the issue was that here was the whole attitude? I said, well, if we're going to play the same songs over and over and over again, because, you know, the playlist at stations, they vary. Oldie stations will have a playlist of either like 200 or 400, and they rotate, right? They don't play every single song ever made. They had to have been hits, right? And so as long as we were playing the same songs over and over again, I decided, well, then what's wrong with me doing the same intros for them over and over and over again? Right? Doesn't it make sense?
Well, no, I mean, you got to change it up. You have to stay local.
So when we would do the one where it was they don't write them like that anymore. You know that song, Greg Kinn Band? They don't write them like this anymore. We only had one hit.
Great song.
Seems like it.
And then of course
Bing, bing.
They don't write them like that anymore. Bing, bing, bing. So at the end of the song, I would go, they don't write them like that anymore. Greg Kinn certainly does. He hasn't had a hit for 25 years. And I would say that every single time I played that song. But he doesn't change the way the song sounds, so why should I change how I intro it? I used to do this. You familiar with the song Ode to Billy Joe?
Yeah.
I'd play it and I'd go, it's Ode to Billy Joe by Bobby Gentry. And, you know, after listening to that a couple 13, 14 times, I don't think anybody owed Billy Joe anything. Hey-oh! Now you know why they asked me, we don't need
So you were doing the bare minimum.
Yeah, I was doing the bare minimum.
There's a shock.
But I was using I was ground chuck. Well, they weren't even paying me for it. I was doing it for free. I was hoping.
Yeah, hello.
Yeah, here's what I was hoping.
They're not paying me for this.
But you might get endorsements. I never got an endorsement.
Never got one?
Never got one on City. I mean, cool. But again, you know, I understand the salespeople are trying to get the full-timers there. So I get that. So I was doing it just for kicks. And I kind of liked it because it was back.
You got to be really bad though to be fired from a job they're not paying you to do.
That's thanks a lot. But yeah, it's probably true. I got fired from the Vikings pregame show like 5 different times.
Oh my God!
I had 5 different things. Yeah, it's not good, but it's. I got some advice for you.
Yeah,
this comes from Diary of a Wimpy Kid.
Yeah.
Tennessee, you said your kids are getting into it.
Yeah, my kids read that. Yeah,
it's really good stuff. And Roderick, the older brother, told. And what's the younger brother's name? He's the star of the whole thing. I can't remember his name now. But he says, here's some advice for you. Don't be good at something you really hate to do. And it's true, right?
Yeah.
Because if you hate doing something but you're good at it, they'll make you do it.
Yeah.
But if you hate something, be bad at it, they'll never ask you to do it again.
Got a good point.
Yeah, think about that. Just be really bad at something you don't like doing.
Okay.
What were you last week? Can you say? Do we know?
I was at the iHeart Country Festival in Austin, Texas.
Really?
Yeah, for some country and western music. Yeah.
Down in Austin. Mm-hmm. Billy Joe, Bobby Sue. A couple of young lovers.
Couple of them, yeah.
Nothing better to do. Sit around the house, get high, and watch the two. Steve Miller's coming to the... do you know who the Steve Miller Band is?
Yeah.
They're coming to the State Fair. Can you get me some... if I'm really nice to you, can I get some tickets?
Are you going to go?
Yes, I like Steve Miller, actually.
Really?
He's got some hits.
Well, because growing up, in my Haight-Ashbury days, my buddy Tom Hovater turned me on to him. He was the guy that always turned us on to the new music. Got this album, got that meal.
Yeah.
So, do all the new bands and stuff like that. And so that was the first concert I ever took Deuce to. Well, I actually took Deuce and Baby Brother Peter and my lovely wife Potato to Chicago. Not the state of Chicago, the band, not the city of Chicago, the band Chicago at Mystic Lake. But the first concert I took Deuce to is 15 years old. I took him to see a Steve Miller Band and Peter Frampton at Treasure Island Casino. And I was blown away by how good Steve Miller was. He can play the guitar. He's a really good guitar player. He's got those 70 hits,
Yeah.
Gonna fly like an eagle.
Yeah, I know that song.
Yeah. And so,
Abracadabra.
Yeah,
I know that one.
I want to step out and grab ya. And then he did I'm the Joker. I'm the smoker.
Oh, I love that song.
I'm a midnight show. Why don't you go?
Oh, I like that song.
Well, let's go to the concert.
What
Take
day
the money
is
and
it?
run.
What day is it?
Go on. This is a story about Billy Joe and Bobby Sue. It's the greatest clapping song in the history of clapping.
Why don't you two go together?
songs. Maybe we should. Ted.
I would go to Steve Miller
Yeah,
Band.
he's really good. And he's going to be at the State Fair. So the beauty of it is, State Fair, our show ends at 3. Go hit a couple buckets of balls or go down to the Midway and shoot a couple of baskets and then go to the concert. So if you can get me tickets for that, I'd love that.
You would actually go?
Seriously, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can work on that.
Yeah, all right, let's work on that. Was it fun? I mean,
Yeah, it was really fun because the country people are just they're so
laid back.
nice and they're so easy to work with. Like I would work that show a million times over the other ones.
Easier than the diva pop stars.
Oh my God. They're all like, what else can we do? What else can we do?
Yeah.
Do you know who I met?
Who?
Did you ever watch Modern Family?
Great show.
Great show.
I have not, but
Cam on Modern Family.
Yes.
His name is Eric Stonestreet. He was there. So they always get like some celebs to come down and they'll do some stage intros, but he was there like on a client's behalf.
okay.
So he endorses their product. And so I had to work his kind of like activation experience, and he was the nicest person.
Really?
Asked if he could take a picture with me.
Wow.
It was great. He was so
He
nice.
wanted a picture with you.
Yes.
So he recognized you.
He did not.
And he thought you would, and you would want to pick. Yeah.
That's a little B. From
He
a
was
fan.
so nice.
Yeah.
So I just appreciated that because,
Right.
they don't have to be. And it was, and his was outside, the portion he had to do.
Oh, okay.
They do something outside during the day. And she was toasty. It was warm.
I can't.
I
Yeah, I
bet.
can only imagine.
And he stood there and he took pictures with everybody who wanted a picture, met everybody, shook their hand, gave him a hug. He was the nicest person.
What was the biggest name, would you say, at
Well, Brooks and Dunn was the headliner.
Oh, okay.
And I have never seen them in concert. But like I grew up on Brooks and Dunn, like the 90s country.
the Boots?
Yes.
Boots, Scoot, and Boogie.
Oh,
guys.
yes. They
Boot,
played
Scoot, and
all
Boogie.
the hits.
Well, they also did, and you're familiar with the song "My Maria."
Oh, yeah.
Now
Hello?
you do know that is a cover, though.
Yeah,
they
I
did.
do.
Yeah, but I just didn't know if you knew.
Oh, yeah.
Because sometimes people hear a song and they'll go, "Yeah, that was a cover song." But yeah,
Yeah.
it was done by God, I know who it is.
It's like the initials.
Yeah, B.W. Stevenson.
Yes.
Yeah, who did we used to play it on the show all the time. So they were good.
Oh, my God. They were so good. They were like one of the best ones.
Sweet.
And they closed it.
Okay. They were massive in the day.
I
right?
mean, massive.
Right.
They were like 90s country.
Right.
They're a little older now.
Right.
Ronnie kind of has like,
Which one's Ronnie?
he's the main one, the main singer.
Is he Dunn or Brooks?
Ronnie Dunn.
Ronnie Dunn. And he ain't done yet.
He ain't done yet, but he's got kind of like a little hunchback going.
Look,
But he just sang it. And then he kind of made fun of himself because he was doing My Maria, and you know how he hits like some of the high notes.
Could he hit him anymore?
So he was like, I can't do it. I can't hit the high note. And he's like, you know what? I'm going to try it. And so he hits this note.
And he did
and
do
he
it?
held it for many seconds. And then at the end, he kind of like grabs his chest. You know, he's like being funny and coughing.
Right.
But they played all the hits. Everybody stayed till the end. Crowd went nuts. It was awesome.
Well, I've told this story a couple 13, 14. Oh, guess I can't now. We got to break.
We still could. Unless it's a long story.
Yeah, well, no.
Or you could tease the
we're
story.
going to come back.
Okay, well, yeah, but I also got something else I want to get to you about eating alone. And does it say you're depressed and you're a sad individual?
Meat sauce.
Because they've done some kind of a study.
Okay.
And so we'll do with that. But yeah, I got a little, some inside music people told me the trick to the guys that can't hit the note anymore. What they do. So we'll take a break. We'll come back as Lil B. Veteran Touches the program. Oh, by the way, program password, Kevin Gorg and Ron Johnson in today. So that comes up at 1:30 here on The Fan.
The Fan and BigDeck.com want to give you a shot to win bonus bucks with our national cash contest. Enter the keyword money at KFAN.com now for a shot of winning. That keyword is money. Enter now at KFAN.com.
Time is precious, and so are our pets. So time with our pets is extra precious. That's why we started Dutch. Dutch provides 24/7 access to licensed vets with unlimited virtual visits and follow-ups for up to 5 pets. You can message a vet at any time and schedule a video visit the same day. Our vets can even prescribe medication for many ailments, and shipping is always free. With Dutch, you'll get more time with your pets and year-round peace of mind when it comes to their vet care.
Hi, I'm Bob Pittman, Chairman and CEO of iHeartMedia. On this week's episode of Math and Magic, I'm sitting down with the one and only Bobby Bones. We're exploring the power of audio.
The word on the street then was he's too country for pop. But then once I got to country, it was he's too pop for country. So I kind of never really had a place to fit in, but that's exactly how and why I fit. I just embraced that. Like, yeah, I don't fit into one specific hole. I think that is what endeared me to listeners. That's why I'm here now, because I talk to people that grew up like me, have sensibilities like me, and have loyalties like me.
Listen to Math and Magic, stories from the frontiers of marketing on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Fan.
Bonus Bucks is back on KFAN. We have 9 chances for you to win $1,000 every weekday. That's every hour from 9 a.m. until 5 p.m. To enter the keywords and learn more, head to KFAN.com. Bonus Bucks is presented by BigDeck.com.
You've got thick skin. You can take a rip, right? You're getting ripped.
I'm getting ripped?
Yeah.
Okay.
Courtesy of the Bradshaw and Brian KFAN text line. We're broadcasting live, by the way, from the cozy confines and the climate-controlled 651 Carpets Plus Studios. Says, Lil B is so predictable. She loves 90% of the guy celebs and hates 90% of the gal celebs that she interacts with. Is that true?
No. I got lots of gals I've interacted with that have been super nice.
Oh, okay. Isn't it funny the listeners only want to remember
they pick up on certain things.
Yeah.
I said the country artists are way better and easier to work with than the other ones. That's what I said.
And then it
Thanks for listening.
South Park guy that you like so much.
No, Modern Family.
Modern Family. I get mine.
God, that was a great show.
Was South Park a great show too?
Yeah, I don't really watch South Park. I see clips on like Insta. Modern Family, I actually watched. Like, sit down and watch.
Which one was it Family Ties? The guy that ended up having, the young guy that ended up having
Parkinson's? Yeah, Family Ties.
What's his name again?
Michael J. Fox.
Michael J. Fox. That was Family Ties. See, if you would have been a contest, you would have said what was Michael. You would have said what was Michael J. Fox, and I probably would have blurted out Modern Family. I just been panicked, but it was Family Ties. Anyway, so I go see Steely Dan.
Yeah.
And Donald Fagen. You know, he's the main singer, right?
Okay.
And I notice as he's playing, and he goes like, when he's singing the song like Peg. And it really hits it. He goes, Peg, come back. And he pulls his head away from the microphone. And then the backup vocalist gals kind of hit that high note for him. So that's what they do when they start to lose it. Like, I've lost my voice. Like right now, Tenneby should finish every sentence I have. But you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then I was also talking to, do you remember Thorne? Who used to work here? Were you here when Thorne worked here?
Thorne?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, Thorne. He worked for Cities 97. And he told me that that's what the sound guys are so good at. You know, the guy that's sitting in the middle of the arena on the main
doing the
floor?
mixing?
And I guess I should have figured they're really important because they're moving buttons. And they bring his, Fagan's mic down just a little bit and pump up the next one. And so then the guy doesn't, because otherwise they can't hit that high note anymore. You even notice too that they'll start singing. Would it be they change the key of the song they sing it in? Is that what that would be? When I don't know much about music other than what I like, but they'll sing it an octave lower. They don't sing it like when they were a kid where they can hit that high note all the time. They bring it way down.
Basically, how I sing when I'm in the car and I'm trying to sing along to the radio.
Yeah,
Which
right.
is an octave lower than what they're actually doing.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. You can't do it. Well, there's certain singers, if you try to do it, I don't know how they hit those notes. You're familiar with John Denver, the late John Denver, right?
Yeah.
So he had a lot of, I loved his writing. It was cheesy songs, but they were, they're all about being happy and all this and nature. But he would hit this note all the time, and it's just there's no way you can match a note like that. And so there's a lot of guys like that. So that's what they do, up and down with the sound.
Look at you.
So now I see this story.
Yeah.
From Business Insider of all places, and it says more and more people are dining alone.
Guardsy.
It's a bigger indicator of unhappiness
Guardsy. than
being unemployed. Does Guardsy eat alone a lot?
He loves eating alone. He loves it.
About 1 in 4 U.S. adults said they ate all their meals alone the previous day. New analysis found. The 2025 World Happiness Report. I didn't know there was one.
Oh, yeah.
The World Happiness Report found solo dining spiked during the pandemic and remains elevated. So does my scrotum.
Okay.
Sharing meals is a stronger predictor of well-being than income or unemployment, it found. More and more Americans are dining alone, and researchers say doing so regularly can be a better predictor of unhappiness than unemployment. The researchers said in this report, asking people if they shared at least one meal last week can tell us more about their overall life evaluation than knowing if they were unemployed. It found that 26% of U.S. adults surveyed said they ate every meal alone the previous day. That figure rose by more than 50% between 2003 and 2023. Reports that people who share more meals with others report significantly higher levels of life satisfaction and lower levels of negative effect. That's the case across ages, genders, countries, cultures, and regions. Rise in solo dining, COVID. It continued rising, especially for young people, with the highest levels of dining alone recorded among those under 35, along with those who live alone. In 2023, nearly 70% of people who lived alone reported eating all their meals alone. And it says it causes unhappiness. The report attributes the rise in solo dining to the rise in the number of people living alone, irregular work schedules, no work-life balance.
Yeah.
And the rise of remote work. While smartphones and social media are often blamed for reduced social interaction, the report found no direct correlation between the platform's launches in the mid-2000s and the rise in eating alone. And it's like, I don't think I would go as far as to say I like eating alone, but I don't mind eating alone. And I saw another story similar to this a few weeks ago, a couple of months ago, that said other people look down on people that eat alone. Like, what's wrong with that person? Why are they eating alone? And then there are people that feel self-conscious if they're at the restaurant all by themselves.
Well, I think it kind of evolves. Like when you're in your 20s, you wouldn't be caught dead going to a restaurant by yourself. Or like if you're meeting your friends out, you'd hate to you don't want to be at the bar by yourself because you're still young and dumb and you think everybody's looking at you and judging you. But then as you get older, you don't really care.
You stop caring.
You don't care what other people think. But then there's people, they like to go have lunch by themselves sometimes because they've got kids at home and busy life. I don't like eating alone. Even like when I'm at home, if nobody's home, I don't like that. Even here, I can't get 5 minutes to eat alone in my office. Somebody's coming in and out, which is fine. And it actually doesn't bother me.
Right.
I'd rather talk to somebody while I'm eating than eat by myself. I
rarely eat alone now because I've got, my wife, Potato, can rattle the pots and pans. And when, we were a family, like I think a lot, where you all ate together most, unless the kids are on the run later and they've got school things going on, activities, sports. But otherwise, we always ate together. My wife and I always eat together at night. But if I do eat alone, it doesn't bother me. Matter of fact, it actually sometimes I kind of enjoy it. Like set the phone down, do a little reading, have something to eat. It doesn't bother me. I don't know if people are staring me at not. But
you're not doing it all the time.
No.
They're saying these people that are perpetually eating by themselves all the time are very unhappy.
Well, I'm guessing they're like single people without families, though, right? Like, I mean,
and I think there's a difference between, if you're working here during the day and you run across the street somewhere to like grab some lunch and you're sitting and you're going to eat it by yourself for 10, 15 minutes. But like Guardsy will get like a newspaper, go to a restaurant, sit down and eat by himself for like at least an hour.
That sounds nice.
I gotta admit, I don't mind that. I've gone to Rojo before and just get down. They open at 11. I'm there and leave at about 11:45. I love it.
Yeah, I'd go there right now.
I don't really have the time to do it, but I'd go to a movie by myself. I wouldn't care.
I've never done that.
I think that'd be great.
You gone to a movie by yourself?
Yeah, but we don't want to talk about that.
No, we don't.
No, I'm just kidding.
What the hell does that mean?
No! That could go in a lot of different directions.
That's what I was trying to do. I was trying to make your imagination run
I don't
wild.
want that. I don't want it to run anywhere.
Yeah. No, I just...
You go Pee Wee Herman on it or what?
I don't know if I've ever... I don't think I've ever gone to a movie by myself.
I don't want to do that.
No.
I think I've done once before because my wife was doing like a birthday party with some friends and the kids were already being taken care of.
Well, see, I could see that. Like, I
had like 3 hours to kill before I picked her up.
Let's say you're Wolves play-by-play guy or Twins play, but you're out of town for 10 days.
I'm sure you do it all the time.
What are you going to do?
I think I might go see a movie in the afternoon because I just don't want to sit around the hotel room breaking down sabermetrics and analytics all day long.
I don't think I could see a movie by myself. I don't really want to do that. No. That feels weird to me. I know there's a lot of people that do it. I don't think I could do that.
Yeah, I'd do it.
I think I would too.
A little peace and quiet.
Would you ever go to a concert by yourself?
No. Never.
I don't think I've ever done that either.
No.
I've done it once before.
Was it weird?
Was it Weezer?
Who do you talk to?
No, it was well, I had tickets with my wife and she was like 8 months pregnant at the time. So like the day of, she's like, well, I don't want to go tonight.
Okay.
I'm like, well, it's Ingrid Michaelson. I'm going.
Oh.
Wow.
So yeah, I went by myself.
How was that?
And somebody recognized me there. So I'm like, oh yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah, I'm the guy here by myself.
Did they want to take a selfie with you?
I noticed that they were looking at me and they recognized me.
Yeah, and you offered and said, I bet you want to take a selfie with me. That's still one of my favorites.
Yeah, that's a great bit.
Let's do, I guess when I eat lunch here, I'm sort of eating alone because I'm the only one eating, but
I eat lunch every day here by myself.
But there's 10 of B sees me eating and hears me
it's
eating.
like
And
he's
there's
sitting there.
And the 13, 14 listeners that I have are also here,
You're not
much to the
alone.
chagrin of many. And maybe some of those out there are having lunch at the same time.
Well, did you know that your good friend Derek Longquist got an email about your eating on the air? The guy wants you out, man.
Yeah.
He's sick of it.
Abbott's got one,
He reached out to the big boss.
Yeah.
Could be over for you.
Yeah, could very well
Might
be.
have to start eating at 11.
Lil B has been nominated for a preposterous statement when she said, I don't mind people coming into my office.
Okay. I don't. That's why my door's open all the time.
I'm going to...
You literally have a thing on your desk that says, nope.
Yeah, no, that's funny. Rosie gave it to me.
I'm about to have lunch right now.
What do you got today?
Taco pie.
Oh,
Excited to eat lunch with you.
Yeah.
Me too.
I bet you guys are.
Yeah.
So we'll take a break, come back, and it's program password. Ron Johnson along with Kevin Gorg. They join us next here on The Fan.
Time is precious, and so are our pets. So time with our pets is extra precious. That's why we started Dutch. Dutch provides 24/7 access to licensed vets with unlimited virtual visits and follow-ups for up to 5 pets. You can message a vet at any time and schedule a video visit the same day. Our vets can even prescribe medication for many ailments, and shipping is always free. With Dutch, you'll get more time with your pets and year-round peace of mind when it comes to their vet care.
Hi, I'm Bob Pittman, Chairman and CEO of iHeartMedia. On this week's episode of Math and Magic, I'm sitting down with the one and only Bobby Bones. We're exploring the power of audio.
The word on the street then was he's too country for pop. But then once I got to country, it was he's too pop for country. So I kind of never really had a place to fit in, but that's exactly how and why I fit. I just embraced that. Like, yeah, I don't fit into one specific hole. I think that is what endeared me to listeners. That's why I'm here now, because I talk to people that grew up like me, have sensibilities like me, and have loyalties like me.
Listen to Math and Magic, stories from the frontiers of marketing on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Protect.
Check out our contest page and enter for your chance to win a pair of tickets to the Minnesota Aurora's home opener against Rochester FC on May 22nd. That's KFAN.com, keyword contest to enter today.
Things you have to do for this radio station and this show. Little B just had to, we were having iPad problems. Is that what it was? But you've got it fixed?
Yeah, we found it.
You were talked right through it.
Zacho helped.
Yeah, Zacho helped us.
Zacho's the best.
Zacho.
That's Kevin Gord. Ron Johnson also here. Good to see you both.
How's it going?
It's going well. How are you guys?
Good.
Good, Common.
What do you do when the Wild aren't playing hockey? Do you have like 6 months off now where you have to do nothing?
No, Canterbury starts in 2 weeks.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, we
Canterbury
celebrate the
Park, where the
horses.
people love to play. Canterbury Park, where it's
Summer every day.
Park, where the horses love to. Yeah, right.
You know the
Horses
drill.
sing. Do.
They do. They dance. They sing.
Why don't they bring that commercial back?
I love that
Oh,
commercial.
it's the very best of all time.
It is. Yeah, well, your guy PA will be running the show out there. We open on the 24th. Can't wait. But yeah, I've got a couple of weeks to.
One of these days, the Wild and Canterbury will overlap for you.
Wouldn't that be nice? Wouldn't that be? Thanks, Tana. Thank you.
Feels like that was too soon, but
It was a little too soon.
Which
Thanks,
one do you
Ron.
do then? Do you do the, like, if they overlap, do you do the Wild or do
Wild
you do Canterbury?
has first call, but remember, after the first round, we don't do
You
a
don't
ton.
get it.
Like, we only get to do same thing that Jim Pete's going
Yeah.
through right now, right? Like, you don't. We'll do some stuff, when they make that run, but it'll be a good problem to have. Be for sure.
Okay. All right.
Looking forward to
What
it.
do you do to keep yourself busy?
I mean, I got a full-time job. So I work for Game One. So I sell uniforms in the apparel. I actually went out to Glencoe Silver Lake. So a lot of
Really?
people. Oh yeah.
Did you drop my name?
I did. I actually.
How did that go?
I did not know Little
Were
B
you,
was
were
like
you
a.
selling overalls?
That was mean.
Well, I missed that one.
Well, that's what they got out in farm country.
Stop. He's making fun of me because I grew up on a farm.
Oh.
She's wearing
Well, no,
overalls.
I mean, she was a big-time softball player. So that's what they talked about.
And you know what else?
And arm wrestler.
2-time arm wrestling champion.
Ah.
Don't mess.
Not once.
Yeah.
How many
2
people were in
times.
that class, though?
I matched up. It was one person from every grade,
Okay.
and I beat all of them.
I believe
So,
it. I
suck
believe
it.
it.
I've seen your temper, so I do
Okay.
get it. Well, no, I mean,
that
it's,
bad.
I mean, after being around, my daughter's a softball player, so after being around softball players, I understand Little B now. Like, it fits.
It does.
Yeah.
just don't screw up today, dude.
I feel like umpires.
Yeah, we'll see if you understand in about 10 minutes.
I saw the matchups. I'm like, well, Common and I are probably going to get pumped, but I don't have to deal with letting Little B down, so I'm okay there.
Okay.
Your thoughts on the Wild and their end of the season after being up 2-1 and losing the next 3 and then 2 in overtime? Your thoughts?
Again, I'm going to sound like a broken record. I thought it was a hell of a good series. I thought it was great hockey. I'm disappointed they're not still playing, and it was a series I thought all 6 games could have gone either way. It just didn't work out. It's funny. I was texting with Joe O'Donnell this afternoon, and the breaks that the Wild needed to win that series, because Vegas is a really good club. Edmonton's getting now. I watched that game last night, and Vegas, you play that game last night 10 times, Vegas wins 9 of them. The one way that Edmonton wins, they got it. They got a ton of bounces, a ton of breaks, and they made the most of it. The Wild didn't win. So I'm not going to sit here and make excuses. Vegas was the better team in the series. I do think the next couple of years are important. They're going to be really good, and they're going to have a chance to make a run. But this year, it didn't work out.
I think they were just being gracious. They knew the Timberwolves would still be going, so they didn't want to get in the way.
Wolves look great. They're in a position right now where they should win this series in quick fashion. And Ron just mentioned it, with OKC and Denver likely going to go 6-7 games. This could put Minnesota in a really good
It
spot.
could be Minnesota versus the Knicks.
That would be so cool. The NBA would love that.
Carl-Anthony
right?
Towns, Anthony Edwards. Oh, yeah.
Oh, what drama.
Yeah. Bodega Cat.
You love saying that, don't
The
you?
team that traded him. Well, that's what they call them there, Bodega Cat, because apparently the grocery stores there are called bodegas.
What happened to Big Meow?
And then, well, that was when he was here. Mm-hmm. But now he's there, and apparently they call the little, neighborhood grocery
The little
stores
markets.
bodegas.
Yeah.
And then they all have a cat. Everyone has a cat that kind of chases away the mice, so they call him Bodega Cat, so he is now known as Bodega Cat. And I like
pretty good.
saying it more than even...
You need to get the T-shirt.
I love saying bodega cat. I got a bad cold, as you can probably tell.
You do. You're under the weather. You're playing hurt today.
I lost my voice from screaming last night at the softball game. Yeah, we beat Holy Family.
You've got a varsity player that's a youngster.
Yeah, 8th grader.
At a softball game?
Yeah.
8th grade?
Isn't it like 2 weeks in? You might want to calm down.
Hey, it's 11 games in. You're right. Yeah, but
are you coaching or just a screaming parent?
I coach my 10-year-olds.
Okay.
We have a tournament that starts tonight in Savage. But then my 14-year-old is an 8th grader. She's on varsity at Southwest Christian. So I kind of lose it. But I was in like a cheering match, I guess, with the other coach from the other team because he talked. You know how some of those coaches are. They talk the entire game.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
And that can get to girls. So I had to be the vocal. Yeah. So everybody had a blast because I was going, every time he said something, I had something to say. And so, yeah.
Now, don't take this wrong. You were a hell of a football player. What the hell do you know about softball?
I played baseball. My dad was a college baseball player.
Kidding.
So he played catcher at Eastern Michigan. He just was better at football, but he was he loved baseball. But back then in the 70s, a black catcher was, football was his ticket. So he always told me that. But I played catcher growing up.
Did you really?
He coached me in baseball.
Cool.
Yeah, he didn't even want me to play football. I snuck out the house to play football. My parents didn't know until I had to get a permission slip signed. So, yeah, that was the story of how I started playing football. My dad was like, play baseball.
And you liked football better than baseball?
I love football better than baseball. I played catcher, and it was boring.
Yeah.
Like, it was like high school. Oh, yeah. For high school in Detroit, Michigan,
really,
playing catcher was boring because we didn't have a ton of kids that could hit the ball. So I'm basically back there just catching, throwing it back to the pitcher, throwing it back to the pitcher. So my 10th grade year, I quit. I was like, I'm done. I just want to play football.
And that's in baseball, most of the positions aren't that grueling. You're standing around, but catcher, it's every pitch, down. You get beat up back there, balls, foul tips, the whole thing.
Catcher, second base, but I was 6'3". I should have kept doing it now looking at the money baseball players.
Yeah, right.
I had to save my knees. Well, my knees probably still would have been shot. I saw Joe Mauer walking the other day. So
not easy for a tall guy to play catcher.
No, but they like that though. That's why, in my 9th grade year, he was like, hey, are you going to keep playing? And my dad was like, yeah, you got to play. But no, I love softball. I have 2 daughters. I have no son, so I don't deal with any youth football. I mean, other than selling them uniforms, giving them free jerseys. We do free jerseys and free pants, all kinds of stuff like that for youth football. But I told Lil B that. We had a long back and forth about softball. I love it. Like, I am entrenched in it. I coach it. My daughter travels to probably 7 different states to play. She's on a national team as well. She's the fastest kid in the 2029 class for her speed. Home to first. Really? She's 2.7 flat.
Jeez.
B understands that one. Yeah, she's fast.
Did they win?
Yeah, we won 10-2.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, she went 3 for 5, and, she stole 3 bases. She's chaotic. She's the
Not that you're counting, though.
Not that I'm counting. She's a leadoff hitter, lefty.
They got a chance to go a long way. Like, is this a team that could...
we're second in the section right now.
What team is it?
Southwest Christian. So it's Rockford.
Cool.
Rockford is 1, we're 2. But Delano is 3A, and they are 3rd, I think, and they beat us 8-6, and they're a 3A school. So, yeah. And then we play Chanhassen on Monday, which they're 4A. So they're
big. That's a big school.
Yeah.
When I did high school play-by-play, I loved fast pitch softball with the girls. I thought it was the best.
It's an awesome game.
It's an awesome game.
It is.
It's and then when they have the NCAA softball tournament, it's on here all the time. I like watching it.
4 screens in the house. Where every TV, we have the ESPN
runs
app.
Are at a premium. We got
the iPad going.
Incredible
we
athletes.
Love it. That's our goal. I think next year is to try to get down to. There's a tournament for youth softball down there. So she'll be on the 14 national team next year again. And so the goal is to try to get in that World Series down there because then you get to watch a couple of the games down there. So I think that's the goal.
Do we have a little program password?
Yeah, let's play.
Let's go ahead and play.
Let's play.
Just think softball, Lil B. Just
all right.
Whatever you can do.
Take it easy.
Give the password.
We're here to win.
Give the password.
Not Martin.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to play Program Password. Here's your host, the very average and plain-looking Tenna B. Yes, welcome to another edition of Program Password. As always, you can watch Program Password at KFAN.com/watch. You can also make comments. Be nice about it, though. A couple comments already. One wants to know, Ryan wants to know, what is Common eating today? Since they can see you eating right now at KFAN.com. Taco pie.
Yeah, my wife rattles the pots and pans. I had to go get the crescent rolls, though. She forgot them at the store. That's what the dough is made out of, crescent rolls. And it's just taco meat and cheese and all sorts of good stuff.
Sounds delicious.
That's so good. I'd share it with you, but I don't have much. And I get stingy with my provisions once we get on the air.
And then a line I was going to give, but Jevin also wrote it at KFAN.com/watch. Says this program password is going to be Common's flu game. The Michael Jordan flu game.
Playing hurt today.
Yeah, that could be it. Let's hope so.
Today it's going to be Common and Kevin Gorg versus Lil B and Ron Johnson. Common You are 86 and 84 all time. Gorg, after a slow start, you've won 3 in a row. You are now 4 and 4 all time.
Terminally mediocre. Perfect for me.
Lil B, first ever in the 90 win club. You're 90 and 72.
Okay.
And Ron Johnson, only one game you've played. You're 1-0 all time. A pretty memorable one, though.
Oh, it sure was.
Were you my teammate or no?
You were playing against
Fallness and I had the big lead.
Okay.
And then you took your shirt off and flexed in front of Fallness, and he was in the corner in the fetal position. So, no, I haven't forgot that.
Yeah, so, Ron, you and Mark Rosen were down 72-34 to Kevin Fallness and Kevin Gorg. You came back and won 87-79, and as
says more about our opponent.
As Gorg mentioned, you took off your shirt.
I want to revisit. Gorg started out 0-3, and then now he's been 4-1 since.
Oh, he started off 1-4.
Oh, 1-4.
Yeah, he's won his last 3. Now he's 4-4.
That's the most dangerous deficit in program password is 1-4.
I can't come in here without you going down that
Sorry
road.
about that.
All right. Hey, did you see the game 7s last week? Tend to be a couple of 2-goal leads, third period that evaporated. I'm just saying, it's out there.
He's not wrong.
Yeah,
definitely not wrong.
I'd rather have a 2-goal lead than a 1-goal lead. That's all I'll say.
Okay.
Well, as much as you'd like to have a 1-goal lead, I'd rather it stay 0-0.
Well, yeah, you'd rather keep it scoreless as long as possible.
Let's move on. Shouldn't have gone down that road.
All right, let's play. Lil B and Gorg, you should have the iPad over there, correct? Why don't you take a look at it? The password is basket.
Oh, there's an iPad in this game now?
Yeah, it's been a while since you've been here.
Yeah, okay.
Were you able to see it, Lil B?
Mm-hmm.
All right, we always let ladies go first because we are gentlemen on this show. So, Lil B, you've got the option. You want to go first or second?
I'll go first.
All right, Lil B and Ron for 10.
Picnic?
Basket.
That was pretty good.
Layup to start.
Well, especially
No pun
basket,
intended, yeah.
it was like a layup. Yeah, how about that?
Basket was an easy basket. 10-0. Lil B and Ron have the early lead. Common and Ron, you two take a look at the iPad. The password is jerk. Ooh, new graphics at KFAN.com/watch.
Is
I like
that right?
it. Yeah, it looks great.
Good.
Common, you're down 10-0 early here, so you have the option. You want to go first or second?
We'll go first.
All right, to tie the game, Common and KG for 10.
Richard.
Dick? I'm sorry.
No, that was the right answer.
That's probably the best response.
But it was wrong. I shouldn't have given that clue. I should have known you were going to say that.
Ron and
Is that wrong?
No, it's
Yeah,
I
it
mean,
was
it's
wrong.
wrong. But
no, it's
Yeah, Ron and Lil B for 9.
Jamaican.
What?
Common and Gorg for 8.
Jamaican.
jerk?
Yeah.
Oh, wrong button. There we go.
Jerk chicken.
Great clue.
Thank you.
Great clue.
I didn't know if I
was the
said
right answer.
chicken.
That's
because
my
then he-
fault.
Or if I said chicken,
I didn't think
said-
he'd use that
yeah.
word, and I sat there like,
Just
well,
say mean.
I know. I was going food.
I was trying to think of
He
if I
always
knew any
eats, so I
Jamaican
shouldn't-
Richards.
shouldn't
I
have
didn't
done-
know.
Well, I would have said chicken, but then I was thinking he was in a movie by himself, choking chicken.
don't
I
say
didn't-
chicken.
I just didn't- jerk
okay.
chicken.
Wasn't Steve Martin in a movie called The Jerk?
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was. I was going to say the, but then
Yeah.
I didn't know if that would get it.
And then I know
Probably not.
Yeah.
And I didn't know if Martin would.
I wish he would have done the. That would have got the first eye roll of the day from B. And God, do I love those eye rolls.
She's eye rolling already, but she still has the lead. 10-8. Lil
Everything's
B and
fine.
Ron have the lead. Lil B and KG take a look at the iPad. The password is fear. All right, Gorg, you're down 2, so the option is on you. You want to go first or second?
We'll go first.
Ooh.
All right, to take the lead, KG and Common for 10.
Afraid.
Scared.
Lil B and Ron for 9.
Tears.
Cry.
KG and Common for 8.
Cape.
Fear.
Yes.
Great clue.
You're old enough to remember the movie with Nick Nolte.
Brilliant.
What movie is that? I don't know that movie.
Cape Fear.
Cape Fear?
Yeah, I
Robert De Niro?
got that right away. When you said Cape, I was like,
Good movie.
Common and Gorg in the lead at 16-10. Common and Ron. Take a look at the iPad. The password is post. All right, Ron, you're now down 6, so you have the option. What do you want to do here, first or second?
I'm going to go first. And
Sound extremely confident.
well,
He does.
I can't say anything because I don't want to.
Yeah, don't say
I can't
anything.
say anything. Yeah,
Ron-
I'm shooting from the hip here. I think she has it. Let's go.
Ron and Lil B for 10.
Okay. Malone.
Post.
Ooh,
That was a good clue.
that's a really good clue.
With a music gal. I mean,
That's what I was gonna say, but then I didn't want to give it away because
That was good.
Yeah.
I
Better
should have
than
said
Bob.
Carl.
I would never have given that clue, and that was the best clue you could get.
Well done, Ron. Lil B and Ron regain the lead. It's 20-16.
Malone. Yeah. Okay.
That was good.
That took a while to get there.
I got that.
Lil B, Ron, you guys are up by 4, 20-16. Lil B and Gorg, take a look at the iPad. The password is butterfly. All right, KG, down 4. You can regain the lead here. The option is yours. You want to go first or second?
We'll go first.
All right, Gorg and Common for 10.
Caterpillar.
Butterfly. I was going to say greater.
That was definitely a layup.
I was going to
You
say
guys got
greater.
baskets, so it all comes out in the wash.
I almost said greater, because Caterpillar makes a greater.
Does it?
Yeah.
The hell's a grater?
Caterpillar's a brand name.
Oh, you're
construction
saying
vehicles.
it like an actual grater.
Yeah, great.
Like a
Road
gravel,
grader,
like
yeah.
a road grader.
Okay.
Common and KG lead 26-20. Common and Ron, iPad, please. The password is chain. All right, Ron, you're down 6, so the option's back on you. Would you like to go first or second?
First.
All right, Ron and Lil B for 10.
Necklace.
Chain.
Yes.
These are good clues. These are good.
That was a good clue.
I was gonna say like a rapper or something like Chang Halo, but I was
No,
like, yeah,
don't do that.
Yeah,
No,
was too much.
Don't muddy the water.
Don't overthink it.
That was simple. All right.
You know, the NBA the last 10 years, all you do is just shoot threes. That's what the analytics are. Lil B and Ron, they just get 10 pointers. That's
Yeah,
all they get.
all
They're
they
up
do.
30-26. Lil B and Gorg, take a look at the iPad. The password is bleach. KG, options back on you because you're down 4 points, 30-26. What do you want to do here, first or second?
We'll go first. I'm gonna trust my partner.
Can we keep the tennis match going? KG and Common for 10.
Clorox.
Bleach.
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
Just high level stuff today.
I was going to say Leachman, but you got there, didn't you?
It's good. He's playing hurt.
Common might have said wipes. He's got the Clorox wipes right next to him over there. 36-30. Now Common and Gorg have regained the lead. Common and Ron, take a look at the iPad. The password is Target. All right, Ron, back on you. Down 6 points. You guys have been going every other here. You have the option. You want to go first or second?
I'll go first.
All right, Ron and Lil B for 10.
Bullseye.
Target.
Unbelievable. There's nothing we can do.
No, there's nothing you can do. Wow.
Halftime.
Quick half.
Fast paced. Jeez.
Wow.
This is like one of those games where they just go up and down the court fast break.
Yeah.
Because it's
No
A lot of
defense.
skill out here. A lot of
Zero
skill.
defense.
So where are we at with the score?
It's 40-36. Lil B and Ron with the lead.
We'll break. We'll come back with more program password after this here on The Fan.
Time is precious, and so are our pets. So time with our pets is extra precious. That's why we started Dutch. Dutch provides 24/7 access to licensed vets with unlimited virtual visits and follow-ups for up to 5 pets. You can message a vet at any time and schedule a video visit the same day. Our vets can even prescribe medication for many ailments, and shipping is always free. With Dutch, you'll get more time with your pets and year-round peace of mind when it comes to their vet care.
Hi, I'm Bob Pittman, Chairman and CEO of iHeartMedia. On this week's episode of Math and Magic, I'm sitting down with the one and only Bobby Bones. We're exploring the power of audio.
Yeah, I don't fit into one specific hole. I think that is what endeared me to listeners. That's why I'm here now, because I talk to people that grew up like me, have sensibilities like me, and have loyalties like me.
Listen to Math and Magic, stories from the frontiers of marketing on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcast, or wherever you get your podcast.